watching Grand Admiral Free to Play.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Today we're going to be talking about Military Might, Challenge Tier 2 with Rebels. Now, as you can see, my top 5 Rebels here are almost fully maxed. Commander Luke is really the only one that's lacking some relic levels that are necessary. C-3PO doesn't need relic levels in general. So I'm not using an under gear team, but this is still potentially a difficult event if you don't know what you're doing. So I wanted to go over it. So Zeta's first. You definitely want Commander Luke's Rebel Maneuver lead Zeta. I mean, I don't think it's 100% essential, but I do think that is somewhat helpful. But the real thing you want is it binds all things. You want when Luke inflicts a debuff, he gains 10% turn meter and other allies gain half that amount. And as far as learn control goes, you don't really need that. So because he's going to gain turn meter when rebel allies take damage without the Zeta. For R2-D2, you definitely want number crunch. Combat analysis, not so much. Combat analysis kind of lost its viability whenever everybody started landing stuns on everybody, and you can't cleanse a stun with R2-D2 Zeta because you can't do damage, you can't critically hit. So it's just kind of like it lost its viability. But Chewbacca here, you definitely want Loyal Friend. Raging Wookiee is not necessary for this event. And C-3PO, oh my goodness, is a good one to have, but you don't really need either of them. As far as mods go, I have arena mods on him. My Commander Luke is speed focused. He's 327 speed. I don't really have any other focus on him. Chewbacca, I have an offense and a health set with an offense cross mod here. It has an offense primary stat, critical damage, triangle mod, and then I guess health here. It doesn't really matter. I just focused on big offense secondaries there and speed. And just a pro tip for modding, I'll talk about this in a modding video soon. You want percent offense in secondaries if you're going to take any character to gear 13 and you're focusing on offense. On Han, kind of similar except I have critical damage. Still an offense primary cross and still a critical damage primary triangle. And for R2-D2, you can do a lot of stuff with him. You could honestly probably throw Old Ben in here. He would do just as well. But I really do like R2-D2, and I like to mod him for exclusively offense. I have mine's physical offense up to 7,615 and special up to 12,171. That's an offense set with 4 mods with offense primary, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so he's just pure offense and some decent speed in the secondary stats as well. The biggest kicker for this event is having C-3PO on the team, and also Chewbacca is pretty clutch. But let's just go into it, and we'll talk about the strategy. So the reason you want C-3PO is because you want those exposes to trigger. Those exposes are going to do lots and lots of damage because no enemy, even Darth Vader with that juggernaut, is immune to expose. As y'all saw, all the rebels just counterattack that stormtrooper to death. This event is definitely doable if you have relic rebels. The first thing you always want to do is use this event ability on every character. And the reason why is, if you don't know, a lot of people just ignore the event ability, and you shouldn't here, because after they use this ability, they have a 50% chance to call an assist when they attack out of turn until the end of the whole battle. And rebels attack out of turn all the time, so they're just calling assists non-stop whenever you use this. So I want to use that on everybody, and including Chewbacca over there. Really, if you have relic level rebels, you don't really need R2 at relic 7. You could just have him in gear 13. But if you have them, then you're going to be able to tank basically everything up to tier 4, and then tier 4 is a little tricky, and then tier 8 is a little tricky as well, but they're still doable. So we're tanking. Chewbacca's Zeta is really what's allowing us to stay alive, though, because he is providing health and protection recovery to Commander Luke and Han. C-3PO has a lot of evasion, and R2 is just tough, so you don't have to worry about them too much if you have them high enough. Really, the thing about these challenge tiers that makes them doable for relic teams is definitely the extra defense they get when they go to gear 13. Because if I tried to come in here with gear 12, these these stormtroopers would undoubtedly be doing like 30,000 a hit to them. Whereas whenever they have all this defense, it's only 10,000 or so per attack. So still a decent amount. You don't want to sleep on it, but as you can see, I'm still chewing through them. They're really fast though. That guy came out of a stun and beat all my rebels just then. Okay, here's the tricky tier. I've already used the event ability, so hopefully when Han does this, he'll call a bunch of assists and just go ahead and wipe this Death Trooper. You definitely want to get rid of the Death Troopers ASAP. I know Krennic can revive them, but it's honestly not that big of a thing to worry about. You want to get rid of the Death Troopers. So let's go ahead and see if we can knock that one out. I'm going to go ahead and put some Confuse on this guy because that's buff immunity for 1 stack. And so, did y'all see that? I only called Chewbacca and R2 to assist, but then R2 called C-3PO to assist again, so now we have 3 stacks of Confuse except for just 2. So they definitely do a lot more assisting with that ability. What you want to do here is you want to put this on Luke because he can't be critically hit and because he has call to action where he can recover himself, and he's just a tough dude. I'm going to go ahead and kill that Death Trooper. Krennic's going to do that. He's going to deflect it, but they're doing 12,000 through the critical hit immunity to a Relic 4 Commander Luke. You don't want these Death Troopers shooting at you otherwise. See that? They're doing lots and lots of damage to him. That's like General Skywalker team almost level of damage that they would be doing. So they just cleansed all my buffs. It's fine because I'm getting rid of them with the counters. Now we're going to go over here. And we're going to kill this Death Trooper, or try to. Lots of damage coming from those Death Troopers, but we are good. So we're going to come in here and do that, get some extra assists from the event ability, whop them out of existence, and then you're going to recover a lot of hit points throughout these next few on Luke, Han, and Chewbacca. R2 is just going to sit over here and health steal is really his only mode of recovery. It's fine. He'll be alright. Even if you lose him, he's just kind of here to help you control the enemies. He is nice to have. You don't want to lose him, but you might. So we're just... This is, in this phase, you're just kind of slogging through these tough Garys here, as Arnold likes to call them. I think Director Keurig, comment if you agree. I think Director Keurig should get a Relic 7 Stormtrooper and mod him better than an Ald. It'll make an Ald really salty and would give us some publicity. R2, as you can see though, his health steal does help him recover a lot, especially if you have a lot of offense. Alternatively, you could also just stack up a bunch of health mods on him and he'll help boost the survivability of the team a lot. That would also work really well. I'm just going to come in here and try to get some extra assist calls. Alright, that didn't work. That's okay, there we go. Got an extra one from R2. Let's do this. So, counterattack, call a bunch of assists. I love it. I love Rebels in this event. And if you notice, these guys are like fully recovered now. So, it's... the Rebels are definitely the way to go if you have them for this event. Clones can definitely do it with C-3PO, especially if you get Fives' tactical awareness proc. Excuse me, they can definitely handle it. I want to come in here and try to kill this Death Trooper first. Veers did a lot of damage there. You couldn't really see it that well, but I think I saw a 30,000 on Commander Luke. We really want to kill that Death Trooper. Let's try to get this guy out of the way. And he's going to ignore taunt and take care of him. Alright. And let's... didn't get a stun on Veers. That's okay. He just did 26,000 to my R2. Thankfully, he's got a lot of health from his relic levels. I'm going to come here and finish off this Scout Trooper. And that Magma Trooper is doing some cute stuff over there. I wish he would throw a bomb and just... Sometimes, honestly, the AoEs are your friend with these, because if they do a bunch of AoEs, you'll just murder the tanks that are sitting there tanking it. For this phase, definitely want to keep Thrawn under control. You don't want him to fracture somebody. So I like to shoot him first here. And then Vader is going to come in and do his dots, and he's going to do a saber throw and do a lot of damage. And R2 may die here in a second, but we just countered Palpatine to death. Thrawn's gone now. This team is definitely, you want to use that event ability, you want to get rolling, and you want to take advantage of C-3PO's exposes. See, we just took care of Darth Vader like he was nothing, like he was paper, and that was because C-3PO landed a bunch of exposes on him. I didn't get to show you, but in this thing, Vader has a Juggernaut buff where he basically tanks like 90% of your actual offense, but he's not immune to that expose, so the expose did most of the work there. But we are about to 3-star this. We almost lost R2-D2 here, but we still definitely won by a wide margin. And now we're going to get this lovely relic salvage from this. And if this is going to do challenge tier 2, we can definitely do tier 1. But yeah, so that's kind of how you use Rebels. You don't need all the Zetas, but they're all kind of helpful. And you do want some really good mods if you want to just blow through it like this. So, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.